If you've ever thought about starting a drop shipping business because you saw it online, have a friend that's doing it, you think it's interesting, but then you got overwhelmed with all the conflicting advice and information online, trust me, you're not alone. One second it's Shopify, then it's Amazon. TikTok's hot 1 month, and then people say it's saturated. And that's exactly why I want to introduce you to a way of jumping into drop shipping, especially as a beginner, that could change everything for you. Because again, when you're just getting started, you don't necessarily want to do things the same way that everyone else is doing it. And you also want to not waste all this time that so many people before you have. That's why the Doba Elite Academy is awesome. Whether you see a profitable side hustle in your future or a long-term income stream to support your family, I get it that you're tired of guessing your way through a ton of random tutorials that you do a little Google search for, and you're looking for something that's more of a roadmap approach to learning. And that's truly what I recommend for those who are just starting out. So when it comes to the Doba Elite Academy, it's Doba's official e-commerce training system, and it's designed to take you from someone with absolutely no experience to a confident seller, but doing it with a step-by-step approach that's rooted in fact versus theory. This isn't some 100-hour theory course where someone's selling you the dream of a Lamborghini. It's actually a practical, proven framework that's backed by a real platform, Doba, that has already helped thousands of sellers succeed with their tools and resources. But what makes this academy that goes with the Doba software and program is this. You're learning from people who actually have succeeded before you, and you're actually learning by doing, because Doba is a real platform that you use as a successful drop shipper. And so it takes you through how to best utilize that platform. Most people honestly fail at drop shipping for this main reason. They don't understand the mechanics. They try a bunch of random tips that they hear from other people. They're picking bad products because it's something that they personally like versus something that sells well. Or they get stuck at not properly getting items into their shop and moving them even during the busiest time of year. And the Doba Elite Academy helps to remove the guesswork, because sure, you can spend a lot of time doing this kind of like guesswork approach, but what happens is you end up spending a lot more money and also wasting a lot more time that you just do not have. So when you are someone who is brand new, this is exactly why I don't recommend just winging it or trying to piecemeal a ton of different random strategies together that might not even be true, might be outdated and no longer accurate, and also might not be relevant to who you are as an up-and-coming drop shipper, because so many people have different ways of doing business. And someone who also has a family and a 9-to-5 job, as an example, is going to approach it differently than someone who is jumping into this full time immediately from the jump. But what is so great about the Doba Elite Academy is you go through and you're building up your store and you're selecting products and you're learning how to do things better, faster, and more efficiently while you're actively doing it. So it's not just you learn a ton and then you finish and then you start building. You're actually building it as you are learning. And that's what helps shrink the timeline down compared to when so many people try to do it on their own. And of course, trying to do it on their own is one of the most costly mistakes someone new in this space can do. The second biggest mistake is not learning from people that have actually done it. The Doba Elite Academy not only removes the guesswork, but you're learning a real proven system that was built by pros with the Doba tools and tech to back it up. So it really is the complete package. And so when you look at Doba, you'll realize that it is built for the brand new beginner who's never had a store, no sales, no nothing. The side hustler who is doing this on top of other work and other types of interests, hobbies, and careers. And then also for someone who is struggling in selling and they want to help shrink that timeline and get better. Because I get it, you are probably someone that came across this video after watching dozens and dozens of other tutorials that just left you feeling more overwhelmed and in a state of analysis paralysis than actually helping you move forward. So let's look real quickly at some of the things you get inside of the Doba Elite Academy. You're going to notice step-by-step video lessons. You're going to notice there's tutorials to help you set up your store and optimize it. You're going to learn product research, deep dives, how to really do that product selection. As you can see, there's so many incredible things here with pricing and profit margins, fulfillment workflows, and all kinds of templates and checklists, especially if you are that type A person, that's going to make it just so much better. And because each module and each step builds upon the last one, again, you're not just learning to retain information, you're learning as you're building. And I think what is absolutely incredible is that you have all of these tools at your fingertips that aren't just rooted in theory. They're rooted in a proven system because these were created by pros in the space that are sharing their wisdom with you, paired with these incredible tools from Doba. So what makes this academy even more powerful is, again, remember how I said it's fully integrated with the Doba platform, which helps you as a drop shipper. So you're going to learn how to use the AI product finders rather than trying to find it on your own, how to sync with shops like Shopify, Amazon, WooCommerce, how to manage the orders and inventory process. And also what I love and what you're going to love the most too, how to connect with vetted suppliers, because I'd say probably the third biggest mistake people make is they don't find reputable suppliers. So they end up with either poor quality products, poor delivery, or missing deliveries. And so all of these factors go hand in hand. So not only are you getting a competitive edge as you start as a drop shipper, but again, you're shrinking that timeline, because most people who try to do this on their own end up spending months and for many years trying to learn and trying to build, and they never end up launching their store in the first place. And so, as you know, trying to figure it out on your own can easily eat up 100+ hours, and you don't have that available. And with conflicting information or information, again, that is outdated, I get it. You look at Discord, you look at Reddit, you look at YouTube, but all the time that you're looking at information or trying to dig for information, you could be building, you could be testing, you could be selecting products, and you could be making money. So the Doba Elite Academy really is that direct path for the person who wants to get into drop shipping, that likes a step-by-step approach, doesn't like wasting time and money, and truly just wants to get going now versus years from now. So when you look at, again, the things that you're getting inside of this academy, it goes way deeper than just being told, pick a trending product, that really vague, hypothetical, and ambiguous advice that leaves you wondering, wait, so what do I do next? You're going to learn how to find products that solve problems and actually convert, and how to spot the saturated niches versus the ones that are scalable, and pricing for high margin wins versus just these, 30-cent, 50-cent profits, and how to use things like TikTok and Amazon to your advantage. That's another competitive edge for you. And inside of this academy is where beginners and newbies truly become smart sellers. And it has other people who've been in the space for years wondering, where did this shop come from? Where did this seller come from? And if only they knew your secret was the Doba Elite Academy. So when you're learning things like how to test and scale winning products, you're doing it in real time. How to use micro content to generate free traffic to your store. So many people are so good at maybe being sellers, but they don't know that piece. And then growing your revenue with things like smart bundling and upsells, so you can increase that total dollar spent per customer. So when you're someone who is sitting in this place where they're dreaming bigger, and maybe they initially thought it was side hustle income, but now they're starting to think long term of what else can I create in the online space, and how can drop shipping and learning how to do it well and learning how to do it correctly and being able to make money, how can that truly serve my life and what I'm building and where I want my family to be 2, 3, 5 years from now? That's truly something incredible that you're getting in this system that is shrinking that timeline and getting you much closer to where you want to be, not only more efficiently, faster, but without the headaches that most people who maybe started in drop shipping years ago we're experiencing. So when you go to the link section below this video, you're going to find all the information on not only utilizing the Doba platform, but also that Doba Elite Academy. So you can stop wasting the time and money that you have been as someone that is brand new to the space of dropshipping. Super excited to see what you create. If you have any questions, feel free to post them in the comments. And of course, you can always reach out to Doba directly to get those